what I had to do to get it on the internet. Okay, so if you're here, it's been a really, this is going to be one of the best ones we had yet. We're getting better at this every time. Okay, but if you're here and you're watching, shout out. Are you there? Can you hear me? All right.
Loud and clear, old timer.
Okay, loud and clear, old timer. That would gotta be Bookie Bear. Anyways, nope. Been a weird week. I've been sick since Monday, and I just got over it today, and I'm glad I'm over it today. I'm having a good time. We started on the seat, got the frame painted, all the hardware done, trying to get the seat cover to fit on. I'm thinking I'm going to stick it out in the sun tomorrow, get it to stretch a little bit because it's a little bit tight on the frame. Let's see, turn signal is fixed. Wiring issues are fixed. Going to get the seat in, and then it's a matter of ordering a carpet and order the dash pad and finally getting this thing out on its own and starting on a Mustang. But it's just everything's starting to click. And oh, the other thing is that I am going to get all the covers off the old engine that I built last fall, and we got a couple things we need to check on it. And I think we're going to try to fire it off on the stand to see if we can get a gas can set up and see if we can get the fire off and double check to make sure make sure it's not knocking. But that's the plan. I got an engine to build, which I'm going to build the right way. New bearings, new rings, new gaskets, new everything. It's all machined. And I'm going to do that as cheap as possible. See if I can keep that under, say, like $1,000. Because I got $550 in it right now in machine, $525 in machine work in it right now. So it's got pistons on rods. It's got everything's been bored and honed and everything's ready to go. I just got to put it together. So I'm going to try to keep that one under $1,000, and I'm see if I can pull that one off. That's all coming up. And also, I think we're going to pull the trigger on a new shop because, as you can tell, I am out of space. There's no space left. I can't buy no more tools, no cleaning equipment. You know, I'd love to get, you know, a hot tank, things like that, but I just don't have room for it. So it's the Q&A. So hit me with some questions. You still in trouble with your phone?
Nope.
Is it caught up?
And now you're spinning.
Go to data. Still got a little cough though. But it was the flu. It wasn't COVID. It was just the flu.
Will we ever get a garage tour?
The new one or the current one? Ain't much to it. It's 30 by 20. Got 2 closets on the back side, pegboards, just enough room for a couple of cars, toolkit, welder, cherry picker, sandblaster. That's about it. Air conditioner. Let me tell you, I highly recommend it. I live in Oklahoma, which when it gets hot and sticky around here in the South, I mean, it's 100 degrees, 100% humidity. That air conditioner is like working on your hot rod in your living room. It's great.
Hey, Uncle Buck, nice to see you again. Will you have a second dishwasher after you build the new shop?
Second dishwasher?
Mm-hmm.
No, but I'll have a sonic parts cleaner, ultrasonic parts cleaner instead of using somebody's dishwasher.
Yeah.
Maybe if I get space. Actually, what I'd love to find would be like an old hot tank out of a machine shop. You know, one of the rotisseries that's got the jets in it, and you know that would be awesome. Having be able to power blast, heat, hot, yeah, that'd be cool. But I saw some really cool ultrasonic, big tank ultrasonic cleaners at PRI last year. Those were cool. But again, Same problem. I have no place to put it.
Well, someone spilled the beans about the dishwasher.
Yeah, somebody did. She knew. I've been doing it for years. Even on the old dishwasher, for the old one went out. I was washing plastic parts in the dishwasher before. She's shaking her head at me. But yeah, no, she knows. I just try to get it.
Didn't like it?
She didn't like it, but I try to get it done and out before she gets home. Great for valve covers. Anything plastic. Anything you want to get all the old grease and oils and Armor All and everything out of so you can paint them and clean them and everything and color them. Great. Dishwasher is great, especially with the heat. What do they call that? When it heats it up a certain amount of temperature and kills all the germs. Sanitizing. Perfect. It works perfect for plastic parts.
Can you put a turbo motor on my 75 Chevy Nova custom with a 262 V8?
Sure you can. You can put turbo on anything. I just wouldn't put a big one. And if you're going to, you can put a turbo on anything. I mean, turbo, they're making them now where you can put them on anything. Put the exhaust manifolds upside down, swap sides on them, plumb it in. But the thing about, if it's a carburetor, you have to buy a specific type of carburetor, which is called a blow-through carburetor, which means it's designed to take the pressure of the turbo, pushing air through it. Because if you use just a regular, like a Holley carburetor on a closed forced air induction system, it won't run. It'll pull all the fuel out of the bowls and just suck everything out. It won't run. You have to buy a carburetor specifically designed for that sort of system. Then, yeah, you can put a turbo on anything. Put a wastegate on it, set it at 7 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever, and go to town.
Can you tell me the correct ignition timing for a 53 Chevy Bel Air with a 327 and a 4-barrel car?
That's impossible to sell. You can't tell that. It's a trick question. They didn't make 327s till in 53. That's cute. I like that one. Yeah, I watched Cousin Busiest. It was one of her favorite movies. Yeah, she was awesome in that show. She was awesome in the show. Oh, I thought about this the other day. What is your favorite car movie? Put it in the description. What's your favorite car movie? I know mine. I have it on DVD, and it's kind of obscure, but I know mine. So what is your favorite car movie? Best chase, best drive, whatever it is. And they'll tell me, if you're a road racer, if you're Formula One, if you're whatever, just tell me your favorite.
American Graffiti.
That's a good one. Milner and all them. That's great. I have that on DVD too. Cars. Hey, listen. I went to the movie theater and I was in awe of Cars when it first came out, when the kids were little. That was the coolest. I still watch it today. It's still awesome.
Smoking Bandit, Fast and Furious.
Yep. Boom, boom, boom. We watched, we were at a casino and we had run out of money and we're in our hotel room and we could pay $2 and watch it. Fast and Furious, the original, had just come out. We watched it in the movie in the hotel room because we were broke, waiting for money to come in. And we watched it twice that night. Yeah. Long time ago. Yeah. Yeah. Paul Walker. They're not car movies anymore. They went way over the top. They're not even close to car movies anymore. After the 5th or 6th one, it was done. There weren't car movies anymore.
Cobra.
Good car. That Mercury. That was cool.
Blues Brothers.
You know what the best part about Blues Brothers is? Is the last chase scene. If you watch the dash, what's his name actually is driving that car for that scene, and they got the camera set on top. You watch everything slide on the dashes or go around corners. That is awesome. Awesome.
Let's see. Raymond says, because I found the Chevy Nova in the movie. You got to get a hair transplant like Bad Chad?
No. Well, I don't know if I start making this kind of money. I don't know if you guys know, but they gave him an offer. That company offered to do it for him for free for the publicity from his channel. So they paid for his flight, his room, his board, the thing. It didn't cost him a penny. All he had to do is fly over there, and they put him up in a 5-star hotel. But the only thing is that Chad had to go a couple of weeks without wearing a hat, and that bugged him, and they had it all done in a day. But he got that done by that company for free. But hey, you don't never know. You don't never know. Pluck it off my ass, put it on my head. I could get the mullet back.
No.
She won't let me grow a skullet.
You look like a
but you love me anyways.
Yeah.
But you don't never know. I'm only 56. You don't never know. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do for to get chicks? No.
When's the wife going to start her baking channel?
Let me tell you. She learned how to make homemade pasta this week, and it was the best effing pasta I ever had in my life. It was fresh, made in the water, salted, and she made it from scratch, and it is the bomb. Okay, I'm the cooker. I am the pot roast and the barbecue and the grill and stuff. She is the baker. She is like the cookies and the pastas and everything. She is the best.
Your grandbaby's got a mullet. Join the club.
Yeah, grandbaby's got a mullet. Yeah, he does. Yeah. He's gonna be 2 years old next month and hadn't had a haircut yet. Friday the 13th. John's birthday is on Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
Holy cow! Okay, happy birthday. He's already into terrible twos, but he's going to be officially be 2 in 2 weeks.
I'm just wondering if putting on some glass packs would sound good on my Nova.
Depends on the size. Shorter glass packs are poppy. Pap, 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 pap. Longer glass packs are low and mellow. It all depends on what you want to do and how far you get them away from the exhaust manifolds. If you dump them in front of the tire in the back end, it all depends on where you put them. But shorter are poppier and crackier. Bigger are deeper and more monotoned, and they don't sound off until you just put the sauce to them. But I love glass packs. My dad was the guy that would go buy a brand new truck, take it to the muffler shop, cut the muffler off, get 12-inch cherry bombs put on it, go to the biggest hill he could find, get him as hot as possible, drop gears, whoa, get them just super hot, run them right up to the house, stick the garden hose in the back of it, and here you could hear all the fiberglass crunching and crackling and everything, as soon as it hit the opponent. Take a hammer, bang, 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 go right back to that same hill, yank it down in the first gear, and you could see just fiberglass and shit shooting out of the exhaust. All right. And he would say, now it sounds right. That was my dad. My dad was a Texan in Wisconsin in the 70s. He had stacks cut in the holes in the bed of his truck, straight pipe, no mufflers or nothing. Embarrassed the shit out of the girls. I loved it. They thought it was embarrassing. You could hear him coming for a mile before he showed up. Okay, funny story. Dad decided to paint his truck and trailer one night. Got a little drunk with his brother, right? Fire engine red was his favorite color, right? So he wakes up the next morning after a lot of beers and a lot of spraying and everything, wakes up and it's nipple pink. Truck and trailer. Nipple pink. Drove it that way for 6 years. With the stacks, with everything, he didn't care. He was like, if you know me when you see me. You know, he was one of a kind.
Bookie Bear says, I had 18 glass packs on my 66 El Camino in high school. It sounded good.
Sounded great.
I have a request for a future video, top 10 tools or pieces of equipment for rebuilding a C10.
Top 10 pieces of equipment or tools?
Equipment.
Like tools.
Tools or equipment. Pieces of equipment.
We can do that. I can do that. I can do that this weekend.
Would it be okay to put nitro in my gas in my Nova?
No. No. Gasoline, nitromethane explodes. There's two different animals. You put a half a cup of nitro, which you're gonna have a hard time getting it. But no, if you'll break pieces. You'll ruin stuff. It's not designed. No. Nitrous is not like it was in the 80s when we started using it. Nitrous it's tame and it's economical. It's the cheapest horsepower there is. And it's safe. You just got to worry about your rings. Worn out motors seem to work better on nitrous than brand new motors. But no nitro. Nope. It's a bomb. No, that's a good idea. 10 things you need if you're going to build, square bodies or hot rods in general. That's a cool idea for a video. But I'll tell you, I know we got off subject of car movies. My favorite, 2-lane blacktop. That's right, 2-lane blacktop. If you don't know that movie, look it up. You can go online and go on YouTube. It's like it came out in the early 70s, because Dennis Wilson from the Beach Boys plays the mechanic, and Fire and Rain, what's his name? The singer, the folk singer, what's his name? I've seen fire, I've seen rain. What's it? Not Dennis Taylor. What's his name? James Taylor plays the driver. Okay, and Warren Oates plays the nemesis. Anyways, in a GTO, and they're doing a cross country race. And it starts off, and they're in LA, and they're running. I can't remember the name of the street gang, but it was an actual street gang that did street racing in the 60s and 70s in LA, and they're drag racing on Main Street, and they get busted by the cops, and they haul out. And if you're a car guy, all aluminum, all fiberglass, 55 Chevy with a tunnel ram with a big block and running up and down the streets, it's a great movie.
Raymond says that's what he's going to build, the Hot Rod Nova.
Cool. Yep. You got any questions, throw me an email. But it's funny though. Back in the 80s, you couldn't give Novas away. Nobody wanted them. You could still get Camaros and Firebirds and Chevelles and everything, and you could buy a Nova for $200. Titled, running, driving, $200. And now you can't get close to them for less than $5,000. It's amazing how things have changed over the years and how the market has used up all the old Camaros and Chevelles and stuff. And they're still out there, but you're going to pay for them. But you couldn't give Novas away back in the day. They were like, Nova, no, hell no.
They're constantly checking the valves on that big block on the 2-lane black top. LOL. Abrams WI planning for the next winter already. Want to rebuild a 454 without going crazy. Suggestions?
Your best money is going to be your heads. You can build a stock with a little bit of overstock, which will run good vacuum and everything, and be fun to drive, be reliable. But find a good set of heads. When I built the big block for the bracket car, I probably went through, bought I bought parts for a couple of years, and I bought a piece from here and piece from there, and I got a good set of heads. But that's your biggest bang for a good air in, good air out. You know, exhaust, you know, headers, intake manifold, you know, and good breathing heads, and it'll just run like a scalded dog. It'll be a lot of fun.
You watched the movie Ford versus Ferrari.
Oh yeah, yeah, 7,000 RPMs go. Yeah, yeah, and we lost a good one for that driver. I mean, he was, you know, I mean, yeah, that was a great movie. It was a very good. It was very realistically done, and there wasn't a lot of BS involved. It was like, because that's apparently, from what I understand and what I've read and watched online, is that Shelby went through everything he went through is real. I mean, he had, you know, they didn't want to sell race cars. They wanted to sell Mustangs. They wanted to sell millions and millions of Mustangs because they made a lot of money on them. And that the bottom, you know, like any corporation, bottom line is dollars. It's the bottom, the numbers, always the numbers, always the numbers. And they can make more money selling Mustangs than they could selling race cars.
I'm sure you know, but the 55 from Tulane Blacktop is also
American Graffiti. Yep.
What heads to look for 454?
078s, I believe, if I'm remembering, on the Camaro 078s, or if you have the pocket for it, Edelbrock makes a great set of street heads. You know, I mean, with a big block, like a small block weighs 500 plus pounds, a big block weighs 700 plus pounds. I mean, it's weight. Every pound is a little bit faster. If you can spend the money and find a good set of Pro Comp heads, Edelbrocks, Airflow Research. There are some companies out there that have decent, really good, nice aluminum heads that won't really break your bank, but you're going to pay for them. But 078s, I believe that's the casting number I had on the Camaro, the race car. And I just kind of cleaned them up a little bit and did a quickie home valve job on it and a set of springs, and they work great. They really great. They work great. I mean, I beat on that car 6 seasons of bracket racing and never turned a wrench on it. I mean, and it's still running today. It's still in a couple towns over back in my hometown. It's still running around, and it's still going. And that's 20 years. But it had a forged crank, and I had an old guy that was in a machine shop that knew what he's doing. He put the bottom end together, and I bolted everything top end together, and I put a really good. Back in the day, I like fluid dampeners. I like actual fluid dampener brand dampeners, and I put that on there, and that thing is still singing today. And I turned it to 6,500, 6,800 over and over and over again, and never had to turn a wrench on it. The only thing I did was, like, once every year, I run the valves on it to make sure that they were set. Put the valve covers on it, went racing.
Are you going to give JB and Wyatt a shout out tonight?
That must be JB and Wyatt's mom.
Nikki?
Possibly. Absolutely. Papa loves you. Always will, always has. Always gonna. No matter what. You are my life. I mean, you guys are you two are the reasons why I want to stay around forever. I want to live forever, and I want to teach you guys, get you in here. I can't wait till John gets to be about 3.5, 4, and I'm gonna get him a whole little set of tools in here. I'm gonna teach him what wrenches are, what screwdrivers are. That way, when I'm underneath, I can say, John, give me a Phillips screwdriver, and he'll know what to get. No, give me a different one. Give me a longer one. How about a 1/2-inch wrench? He'll know what that is. I'm really looking forward to teaching him. Because all little ones want to do when they're little, they want to help. They want to be involved. I know. I mean, he's like, you take him out in the yard, you ask him to pick up sticks, he'll pick up every stick he can find. He's just, it's so much fun. But yeah, no, I mean, that's, I mean, and with this, with the YouTube channel and everything, all they got to do when they get older is look it up and they can talk to grandpa. That's all I got to do. Just look me up and they can hear my voice. And that's the one things that I think that if we had the opportunity for our parents to be able to like just pull it up and watch them and hear them, it's such a gift. It really is. It's just truly a gift. What are you doing?
I'm not doing anything.
She's messaging somebody. But right now, he likes Nana. But like today, I was in here working on trying to get the seat cover on the seat and everything, and they just had to come see Papa. He was like, Papa, Papa, Papa. And he come in and he's pushing the broom and he's checking things out and he's climbing on the counters and getting in the toolbox. He likes being out here.
Did you ever get the rhino liner off the bed of the truck?
No, I haven't messed with it. I haven't messed with it. I haven't had the patience to mess with it. Oh my God, it's freaking everywhere. I mean, nothing against rhino lining, okay, but once it's 20 odd years old or 30 years old, it starts peeling. It looks terrible, but it's a pain in the butt to get off. It really is. It's messy and I think I'm just going tonneau cover and just covering it up. But no, yeah, being a grandpa is awesome. It really is. I didn't think I would like it. I didn't think I'd like getting older, but it's worth it to be a grandpa. Oh, my other number 2 car movie is the original Mad Max. The original from like 77. That first 10 minutes of that movie just makes you want to just get out and drive fast, and that, that BS duck gut engine and everything. But that car was cool. That car was cool.
Another movie.
The original or the remake? Because there's original from the 70s and there's a remake from the 90s, So the original Gone in 60 Seconds it wasn't like an Eleanor. It was like this yellow 72 model that he just beat the shit out of.
Don't forget video on rebuilding a rear end on a C10.
Yep, nope, don't forget. It's sitting over there against the wall. It's going to be done. I got to see it in first. There's only a certain amount of hours in a day, so I got to get the seat in so I can pull this out, and it's going on the table, and we're going to pull it apart because I've got a posi on the wall. I've got a posi in the frame at back, and
if money wasn't an issue, what would your dream car setup be?
Money wasn't an issue. It'd be a second-gen Camaro, not a 70 to 73, then 87 to 81, 4-speed, 454, tunnel ram, just because they're hot and they just look good coming out of the hood, which I had. Took it off to go racing because it wasn't very good for the street. I was still driving on the street. And 350, 373 gears with a aftermarket set of seats. Yeah, just just enjoy it. That's my jam. The rubber nose 78 to 81 Camaros, that's my go-to. Which, the other car I wish I could do would be a Chevelle. I had a 67. And it was a great car, but it was the most uncomfortable car. And it had four-wheel drums on it. And it was loud and obnoxious. And it ran good. And it never left me stranded. It was a great car, but it was the most uncomfortable car. I mean, it didn't steer good, didn't corner good, didn't brake good. And it wasn't comfortable. But it was cool. you got noticed in a 67 Chevelle, you know, but I would like to try like a 70, 71, 72 Chevelle and do a little bit of aftermarket work, some suspension work, you know, make it ride better, brake better, you know. But if I had the money, it'd be a Camaro. It'd be a second gen Camaro. Number 3, Bullet. Number 3 is Bullet. You know, with the Mustang, you know, the one-wheel wonder Mustang of all things, but the two-wheel wonder, you know, Charger, you know, black Charger, and just, yeah, just the sound. I mean, I know all the sounds on it was all put in after the fact and everything, but just that chase scene in that movie is worth watching, going through the rest of the movie just to watch it. Yeah. Number 4, Vanishing Point with the Challenger or the Cuda, whichever it was, the white Cuda or the Challenger. That was also, if you like the, you know. And then to go Challenger or Charger, then what's that one? Crazy Larry, whatever it is, the yellow Bumblebee Challenger with Fonda in it, where they're running from the cops, and that one was cool. That was a cool movie. And then, you know, they get hit by the train in the end. What?
He likes to give you crap.
What?
Your son and daughter-in-law. And Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is a car show? Well, Biff's car was cool. Oh, they're making fun. Okay.
Yeah, they're both watching.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. That's what this is all about. You know, having fun. You know, I really enjoy doing this live stuff. I really do.
I would have never guessed.
Yeah. Christina says I'm bouncing around the house for an hour or two afterwards just because I had a good time. So, have you changed your mind about the color? This is
No,
dark blue. Midnight blue. You mean like midnight blue, like the cherry picker color?
No.
Darker than that?
Darker than that.
Oh, okay. She didn't like the Goodyear blue. She wants dark blue. What color is the interior going to be? Say black.
No, I don't want black.
You're tough shit. You're getting black.
No.
Hey, no matter what goes in there, it's going to be vinyl. They didn't make fabric seats. It's going to be sear your ass to the seat in the summertime.
We'll get Ken to help, or actually Ken to paint the cars, and all you want to do is primer in.
That's all I know how to do. I don't know how to paint. I gotta learn to do that one.
Let's see here. The 67 Chevelle is one I wish I had. That was Bear.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, I got it from Buki Bear. I traded Buki Bear for it.
Have you ever made it to Wisconsin?
Yeah, many times. Yeah, I grew up in Wisconsin.
The midnight
blue
with glitter and paint.
Glitter. Well, yeah, we could do that. I mean, they make silver pearl or whatever, you know, make it glitter. We could make a bass boat blue. There's lots of glitter in bass boats. Bass boats. Bass boats.
James says we could be brothers. Cheers, mate.
Cheers. Let's see. Car movies. Car movies. I do have to admit, I like like I said, I like the Mad Max, the original, but I also like all the mechanicals on the Road Warrior. Some of them are kind of over the top, you know.
Hey, I changed my mind about the interior. I want it hot pink.
No. It's not even an option. I mean, they give you like 7 different color options to buy the vinyl to recover them. We have the seats and the cushions. We just don't have the vinyl to recover them. But hot pink is not an option for the color of the seats in the Mustang. Oh, we could get it done. I'm sure. I'm sure at a cost. I don't know. I wouldn't even. Where would you get hot pink vinyl at? Oh, I know. What's your favorite place in the whole world? Hobby Lobby. I'm really enjoying this one tonight.
Let's see here.
Hot pink.
Here, do a lot of fishing.
No.
Somebody else said hot pink, laugh out loud.
Yeah. No, don't look. I don't. Well, I mean, I did when I was a kid, but no, I have a business. I have the YouTube channel. I have this. I have everything that I do. It's never been my thing. I don't have the patience for fishing.
To sit still.
To sit still. Yeah, sit still. I don't have the patience. And okay, hunting, fishing, motorsports, whatever it is you're into, it's a money pit. You can spend money on any hobby you got. I'm just now finally in my 50s. I've gotten to a point where I can build hot rods and kind of make a little money doing it with the YouTube thing. It's really kind of cool. It really, really is. It's really a lot of fun. I mean, I can't wait for the next 10 years and see what happens over the next 10 years of what it becomes.
Somebody says you're fishing for compliments, huh?
No. Who is that?
Who do you think?
This is my son or my daughter-in-law. Love you guys.
I really like the square body on Fall Guy with Lee Majors.
Yeah, but it was a big lifted forward drive, and remember he had the toolboxes that were set in the back of the bed. They had the doors, and he had stuff in there. But yeah, my biggest memory of that is that when in the opening credits into that big jump, boom, 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 boom. That one was actually on sale Barrett Jackson a couple of years ago. I don't know how much it sold for, but that was a cool truck. That was a cool truck.
A 65 Chevelle SS, would you upgrade the brakes?
Absolutely. We're going to upgrade the brakes on this because just drums just don't get it anymore. I mean, they were cheap and economical and, for what to do. But I mean, if you're going to put any kind of horsepower or speed or ability to make speed, you got to be able to stop it good. So it's going to have at least discs in the front with a new master cylinder and new lines and the whole 9 yards. Discs in the front, drums in the back. Yeah. But this is definitely getting discs in the front because it's 4-wheel drums right now. Which that's a great thing about the aftermarket because they sell a lot of good kits. To just retro everything in. Just, bolt it all in. But it's definitely getting discs. What?
I didn't say nothing.
She has this little grin on her face, like.
I'm just imagining that midnight blue with hot pink seats and glitter. I think it'll look nice.
Glitter. Does that mean you're gonna go amateur night at the strip club?
No.
Talking about glitter.
Whatever. Are we ever going to build a no crap street dragger?
No prep.
No crap.
street.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The frame that's outside is going to become. I'm thinking strip down the frame, lighten it up, cage, tie everything in, and no power steering, no power and brakes, everything, and just build a smoking motor for it. And I already got the Turbo 400 sitting on the wall over there, and just make it as light as possible. Yeah, and just because because our local drag strip is 15 minutes away, and they're no prep. So I'm thinking that we're going to actually maybe put one on the trailer and go racing every once in a while.
I need help with the 68 Mustang fastback vacuum line.
Help in what way? Now, okay, let me premise this. I'm learning about Mustangs. This is my first one ever. I never even turned wrenches on one before, okay? So besides me riding in one at 5 years old, that's the only experience I have with Mustangs. So if you're asking me about how to route whatever, my thing is that, okay, manifold vacuum goes, if it's automatic transmission, goes to the transmission and the brakes. If it has a vacuum brake booster, the ported vacuum from the carburetor goes to the distributor for the advance.
It takes 3,200 rims to shift.
32 or have
automatic.
Does the C4 have a vacuum modulator on it? And if it does, adjustable. You should be able to put a little screwdriver in there and twist it right for less a bit. Go drive it and see where it shifts. If it's still too high, come back, pull the vacuum, twist it in a little tighter, and just play with it that way. That's how you modulate. Everything is vacuum on the older stuff. It's same on a Turbo 350, 400, Power Glide, same thing. So if it's adjustable, you just take a little skinny screwdriver, like a little small one, and you adjust on it until you get it where you like it. But that should be a manifold vacuum, not off the manifold, not off the carburetor.
Sam says, gotta go. Keep giving you likes. Cheers, Nate.
Appreciate you very much. Appreciate all you guys that are watching right now. I really do. I look forward to this all week long. I can make videos all day long, but I mean, I really look forward to this all week long.
Yeah, yes, it's one of the manifolds right now.
Good. That's where it needs to be. But yeah, your vacuum modulator on the transmission should be adjustable and should be able to adjust your shift RPM through vacuum through it. I'm trying to think about other car movies. Back to the Future. Yeah. The car movies. There's a lot of TV shows that had cool cars in it, if you think about it back in the 70s. Dukes of Hazzard, yeah. But there was a lot of TV shows in the 70s had a lot of hot rods on them. That was pretty cool. That's what I grew up on. Believe it or not, if you know what Chips is, the original Chips, Punch and all them, that there had a lot of cool car stuff on that. And
definitely inspect your vacuum lines for tiny cracks and leaks that can cause problems.
Yep. Like I said, on this one, I've replaced all of them. They all got brand new stuff. I mean, it's just because this car is 50 years old, and rubber over 50 years hot, cold, salt, whatever, you know, they crack and they break and they leak. So it's cheap, very, very cheap. Just go down to the parts store and get you a couple foot of everything and replace everything. And you'll be better off for it.
Where is the screw you're talking about located?
Okay, in the vacuum modulator, it'll look like a little bell in the transmission. Where the vacuum line hooks onto that modulator, if you pull it off, inside that modulator, there'll be, it's really small, you know, because it's a vacuum line. You take a little small screwdriver and it'll be inside of it. It's just, you just turn it. You just turn it in. I don't have one loose to show, but that's how you do it. Google it online. How to adjust your vacuum modulator on a C4, and it'll pull it up. It'll tell you exactly how to do it.
Okay, I got it. Thanks.
My pleasure. More than happy to help. But that's the great thing about the 60s and 70s stuff is they're all basically the same thing. It's all mechanical, everything, and vacuum everything. So it's what works for this will work for that, will work for anything Dodge or Chrysler, Oldsmobile, Pontiac. They're all basically the same. There's little differences in all of them, but basically air, fuel, fire, vacuum lines, timing. Yeah.
Stingray had a mean-looking old vet.
Stingray. Yeah. Well, it's yeah. Castle and McCormick. You know, the coyote, the fiberglass thing. You know, I mean, there's been lots of cool car shows. Now, there's always them weird ones. You know, like Green Hornet. You know, things like that. You know, and that old movie, The Car. You know, that big Lincoln, whatever it was, that was killing people, that sort of thing. You know, the car culture has been going on for a long time. But yeah, I saw one the other day. It's from the 50s. It was a rotted out like 57 Corvette, red and white, and there was like highway hellions or hell on the highway or something like that, and it was kind of campy and kooky, but it was fun to watch of what they thought, you know, what they were doing then. They actually had turned a vet into like a gasser, and they were terrorized in the highway with it. It was fun to watch.
But from Ricky Bear, I'm not sure that all transmission modulators are adjustable from the factory. He's sitting, he may be wrong.
Well, okay. Like for GM, if we call them red stripes, some of them were set, and some of them had a red stripe on them or a black stripe on them, and you could those were the adjustable ones. It's just a matter of, most generally, I would say 60-70% of them were adjustable, but some of the factory ones weren't. But yeah, like for the GM stuff, if it had a red stripe on the shaft where it plugged into the transmission, then they were adjustable.
Bullet,
good one. Yep.
The California Kid was a great car movie.
Yes, it was. I wasn't even thinking about that one with the 32 coupe with the flames and everything. Oh, what's that actor's name? Emilio Estevez's dad and Charlie Sheen's dad. Apocalypse Now. No, not Charlie Sheen. What's their dad's name? What's Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez's dad's name?
Sheen.
Martin Sheen. Yeah, that was, yeah. And then of course you can go with like you can also, that just brought back a memory of what's oh crud, the guy that played the I can't he played Buddy Baker. Christine, yeah, good movie, but he played yeah, they ruined a perfectly good Camaro in that movie. But Bridges. Jeff Bridges paid Buddy Baker. Start of the movie is a Mustang coming in. His mom comes out and asks him if he put the new Holly on. And he says, how you know about that? She said, what? How am I supposed to know what you're talking about if I ain't reading your books? You know, that sort of thing. It's like, no, not Buddy Baker. Oh, I can't. You guys help me. You guys know the movie I'm talking about. Jeff Bridges.
Raph.
Huh?
Raph.
No. No. But it's a story of, is it Buddy Baker? Moonshining, Run and Shine, and everything. And Gary Busey is in it as his little brother. Not AJ Foyt. Not AJ Foyt. No, it's one of them original guys from NASCAR that got into NASCAR because he was running shine all the time and he learned how to drive that way. But Gary Busey played
White Lightning of Junior Johnson.
Junior Johnson. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking about. Yeah, that's a good movie. That's a fun movie to watch. That's a fun movie. That's a good car show. That's a fun one to watch. Then thinking about that, the yellow '57 Chevy in what was it, Return to Macomb County. It had Don Johnson and from North Dallas 40. He was in that new movie when he went out in the woods with Robert Redford, and they're trying to scare away the bear. Oh, Nick Nolte and Don Johnson and Return to Beacom County or Bacon County, whatever it is. Yellow '57 Chevy, supposed to have some funky fuel injection system on it that flip a switch and it goes 8 seconds in a quarter mile, you know. And the cops are after him in a whole 9 yards. Yeah.
Nash Bridges.
No, not Nash Bridges.
No, he's saying Nash Bridges.
The CUDA.
No.
Yeah. But Nolte was like, Johnson and Nolte were super young and they were in this '57 Chevy and yeah, they were terrorizing around and then they got in some kind of trouble or they did something to a cop and he was after him for the whole show. Yeah, it was. Well, I guess our internet is finally give out for the night. What time is it? Okay, been an hour. It's been a lot of fun. You guys message me and tell me what you want to talk about next week so that we have, I have a game plan for next week. But let's see. Favorite car, favorite motor, whatever. But I mean, yeah, a lot of fun. So if you're still here, like, share, subscribe, smash that button. If you haven't subscribed, hit that thumbs up. That thumb up helps out a whole bunch. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to too, because I'll be up for a couple hours editing everything and make sure everything looks right in the morning. Y'all be good. See ya.